Hey, it's Joe Amoia, and I've got another great smarter dating tip just for you. Have you ever been in a relationship where you kept making excuses? Things like, it's not that bad. You know, I can handle it. It's going to get better. I just know it. But I love him. Or, but he loves me. And what you found out is that the short term high that you experienced from those moments where things were good, maybe where there was great sex, or how your ego felt walking hand in hand with this guy, or how when he called you, how it made you feel. What you found out is that short term high didn't outweigh the long term or consistent unhappiness, frustration, or even depression that you felt. Well, if you did, you suffered from cocaine love. See, cocaine love is a lot like the addiction to the drug cocaine. In the short term, you feel great. It's a high, it's a euphoria. There's actually chemical processes going on in your brain which are very similar. But the second that high wears down, you come back to reality. And so what do drug addicts do? They get high again because that feeling just feels so great. And it's a lot like what happens in your relationship, isn't it? You keep going back there, hoping for that feeling. You're hoping that it's gonna last. But just like cocaine, it doesn't last. It only will last for short term. So I want you to take a good look back, because if this is your habit, this is your pattern, there's only two ways to break this. Ultimately, what's going to happen is you're going to get in enough pain. The roof is going to collapse on you. Something traumatic or drastic is going to happen, some kind of emotional tragedy or physical tragedy, where you're just like, that's it, I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore. And it's in that moment people make a decision where they change forever. They never pick up the drug again. But the problem for most of us is that feeling is so addictive and it feels so good that we keep going back hoping that it's going to last. Now, again, this has nothing to do with logic. Human beings, we are not logical creatures at all. Everything we do is based on our emotions and is based on having our needs met emotionally. So, the reason I put this out there is because if this is your pattern, you've got to realize that you're going to go one of these two ways. You're either going to fall flat on your ass and you're going to have so much pain that that's what they call the bottom of the barrel, to get on your knees and, seek Jesus moment. Okay. You're either headed that way or you're headed to a point where you just can't do it on your own. So this is where you've got to know yourself and you've got to be honest, is because, these cocaine relationships, we've all had them. Feel good in the moment. And, when we justify and make excuses, we're really good at coming up with all the reasons why it's not as bad, or we can handle it, or it'll get better. But deep down, we know it's not what we desire and what we deserve. And so there's one telltale sign of knowing if you're in a happy and fulfilling relationship. And you're going to hear me say this over and over and over again. It simply feels good consistently. Doesn't mean that you don't have little moments of pain, frustration, or anger. We're all human. You have two human beings who've both got their stuff. But the key is that you experience it consistently. And if you're not experiencing it consistently and you're experiencing the consistent moments of frustration, anger, resentment, or you're addicted to the high, it's because it's cocaine love. And the key is you don't have to be addicted if you don't want to. Well, I hope this helps. If you know somebody who's addicted, you might want to pass this along to them. Hopefully it helps. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. God bless.